What's up YouTube? Capital G here, guys. I have some fan-freaking-tastic news, and this is definitely reassuring to most of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. That is our unofficial simulating programs, things like YGO Pro, DevPro, Salvation. They are 100% here to stay, and essentially, when it comes to a legal standpoint, they're safe from Konami and NAS. There's nothing that they can really do about it. So I watched this video by Glasgow. It was very, very informative, and I'm definitely glad that he made it because this needs to be spread. There are a lot of people out here saying, oh my goodness, on August 18th, Konami is going to shut down all the online programs, rip online Yu-Gi-Oh, spreading a whole bunch of, I guess, fear mongering and like bullshit and whatnot. Like, let's just cut through all of that and just end the debate once and for all. These programs are essentially safe, and it's kind of a legal technicality. It's very similar to, if you guys know what ROMs and emulators are, it's kind of ways like when I was in my late teens and my early 20s, sometimes I would want to play like my old Super Nintendo games or my old like Sega Genesis games from when I was a kid, but I didn't have the games anymore. And online ROMs and emulators are ways of like, you can basically download an emulator of like the Super Nintendo, of the NES or whatever, and you can play those games through your computers. Those are 100% legal, but the actual ROMs, which are essentially the versions of the games, like if you wanted to get Super Punch Out for Super Nintendo or Super Metroid, like those are technically copyrighted and those are illegal. Like, it's illegal for me to just send you a Super Metroid ROM, but for you to actually have the program that plays it, that's 100% legal. You know what I mean? You just can't be sending them to everybody, even though people do it, so whatever. It's not even that big of a deal. But basically, there are a couple of points that I wanted to talk about in this video. I'm not going to like play Glasgow's video the entire time, and he told me it was okay if I shared this story. I think that it's really important to share this with as many people as possible because there are a lot of people from Dueling Network that instantly converted to like, you know, YGO Pro and Duel, DevPro and Salvation and whatnot. But then you probably had a lot of people that were like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm just going to quit. You know, these programs are just going to be taken down soon, so who really cares? You know what I mean? And 3 months from now, we won't be able to play online. Well, 100% inaccurate, false. You guys can feel pretty much secure. And again, this is actually, like, this is because they don't have any legal claims. So it says, okay, we already know that YGO Pro was forced to take down their download link from their main website, right? If you go to ygopro.com, it'll say for legal reasons, you know, we can no longer have the download link, but it doesn't mean that you can't use the program. We all know that the program works. Every time I stream, for the most part, I use this. I switch up between DevPro. It looks like they even added some more cards. Oh, they added Performapal Power Metal Claw, so that's cool. I guess I'll be adding that into all my pendulum decks. But anyways, you guys know that the servers have been constantly updated. Don't you think it's a little weird that NAS, if they really, I'm putting my fingers in there, if they shut down YGO Pro, that the, like, why does the program still work? Like, why can you still get on there and play? It's because legally that's the only thing that NAS could do. The reason that they had to take the download link off of their website to begin with, and the legal reason that they were able to shut down Dueling Network with the CND is because, you know, the download link actually has copyrighted images. You got, I think it's because the like the file or whatever, it has the images when you download YGO Pro, you get like the image pack or whatever. Those images are 100% copyrighted. So technically, if YGO Pro didn't have the images in that file, they could just put it right back on their site because now they're in compliance with the copyright laws. Another point that I wanted to talk about is the fact that if the pictures are removed, no companies such as NAS or Konami have any copyright or legal claims because these are up, like, you can't legally claim a server or the source code of the actual game. In fact, if you want 100% proof, you're like, oh no, that's not true, they can still take it down. If you go on the iOS store, the Apple store, there's actually this program, I didn't even know about this, but apparently I guess some people use it. If you can find the images, I think actually YGO Pro, I think the images from YGO Pro actually work on this because if you look at the layout, it looks almost identical. There's a program on the iOS store called YGO Lite, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! Lite, and I know I did not put star drawing up here. It just happens to be irony that star drawing happens to be the card here. Looks just like YGO Pro, right? It's on the official iOS store. You can just download it for any Apple device and play. And obviously there's nothing Konami or NAS can do about it because you see there are no pictures. So there's nothing that's actually being, like, when it comes to copyright laws, their copyright is not being infringed upon. And you see that I guess their last update was a couple of months ago. So if you can officially get this from the Apple store, then do you really think Apple would have this here if it was illegal to have? Like, I don't think so. So essentially, as long as they keep updating the servers, which again, I don't think that there's any reason that they won't. These programs have been updated daily and weekly. I think that companies like NAS and Konami won't really be able to do much about it. Like, it's cool because now we know that this new game that comes out in a month or whatever, or excuse me, that's going to be announced in a few weeks, it's basically irrelevant because the main programs, yes, we lost Dueling Network and that is unfair, but it's not, I'm going to say it's unfair, but it's a shame. But our other three options, if you have DevPro, if you have Salvation, which I have Salvation, I haven't even really used it. If you have YGO Pro, these programs are 100% safe. And if you are wondering about like the Android updates for YGO Pro, all you got to do is just go to the Discord or just go to the forums, because from what I'm hearing, they're actually working on like an update for the Android, so just be a little patient. But it's really reassuring to know that these programs aren't going anywhere. If the next, Yu-Gi-Oh official game is some trash shit, we don't have to worry about, oh my god, now what's going to be the future? We don't have any more programs. We can't do our testing for regionals and stuff, because that was one of the bigger things before I started streaming. That was entirely what I used Dueling Network for. Well, sometimes I'd get on there and I just want to like play like with Boojins and whatnot, or Satellanites just for fun. But a lot of times I usually like to test my regional decks before I went to regionals. One quick story, I was going to play Gladiator Beast at a regional, and no, I was going to play Elemental Heroes, like Hero Beat at a regional, and I remember I played Hero Beat and I got smashed by TG Stun. And that same day, I decided to switch to TG Stun, and I ended up getting second at that regional with TG Stun. Just because I lost that one match. I was like, this is the same deck, but better. So again, this is very reassuring, guys. I want you guys to spread the word for anybody who thought maybe these programs were going down. If you guys could like this video, I don't generally ask for likes, just to kind of spread the word. Now, I don't know what this means for Dueling Book, because my thought process would be that Dueling Book would have kind of the same issues that Dueling Network would have. The reason that Dueling Network got shut down essentially was because the images were just right there on the website. So if the images are there, Konami can just be like, you need to stop. Konami can technically shut down anything that infringes on their images, but you know what I mean? If their images aren't there, or then they can't really do anything about it. So anyways, guys, the future of these programs is 100% intact. If you guys want to know how to download YGO Pro, I've got a video on it. Just go to my channel and just type in YGO Pro. The video should pop up. Or you can go to the Discord of YGO Pro, or you can go to the forums. Anybody in those three can help you find the way to get to the program. So guys, I hope this clears up all the confusion and all the uncertainty about what's going to happen with these programs in the future. Konami and NAS have absolutely no legal claims over actually the servers of these programs, so they can't really legally shut them down. And again, this isn't the word of MegaCapitalG. It isn't the word of Glasgow. This is a word of the actual people who develop and update these programs on a daily and weekly basis. So I don't think that they would just be making fallacious claims if it was like, well, damn, next week we're getting, like, no, they're just not going to spout off a whole bunch of bullshit. If you guys want to download YGO Pro because you're like a Mac user or whatnot, again, I'll have the download link in the description. This is the main site that I see that just has like everything. Like, this almost still looks almost like an official website that is run by like YGO Pro. And again, it's really good to know these programs aren't going anywhere, and the online Yu-Gi-Oh games are dead argument, like, is dead, Slay. GG no re.